Hello, I'm Lesley Logan, and today we're going to do leg pull back. And I'm going to show you some tips, modifications, and the fancy transition. So if you're watching this from the deck of OPC cards, thank you so much. I'm really glad you're using them. This exercise is really a fun one when you get it, but also there are so many in-betweens to getting it that it's an easy one to skip, but you don't have to. And I'll show you some things you can do towards the end of this video, so make sure you stay on if this is a struggle for you. Let's start with the leg pull front transition to leg pull back. I encourage you to learn this transition as soon as you can, because even if you're just holding leg pull front and holding leg pull back, the transition is really key for you keeping everything that you've put into your practice this whole time. As we get to the end, you don't want to throw it all away by like shuffling around. So you are in your leg pull front. You take one hand, so I'm going to take my left hand towards the center of my mat. I'm going to take my right hand, turn it to the left and put it behind my left wrist. I'm going to slide my right foot underneath my left ankle. Then I stand on my right arm, lift the left arm, you're rotating on your feet, and then boom, you just have to turn one hand, a quarter turn, and you're in it. Okay? So even if you have to come out and reset, that's fine. It's important for you to try that because it's also getting you ready for a side bend, which is coming up, right? So your heels are together, and your hands are behind you. Fingertips are facing you or towards you. You are not hanging out in your shoulders. So when you get up here, I don't want you like this. This is not an arm exercise. Arms are connected to the back, so it's a really strong back exercise, and it's a fast exercise. So for the longest time, I'm not even kidding, 90 days, when I was studying with my teacher, all I did was do this, and I would hold this, and I would picture myself doing the actual movement of the legs, and I would just think, lift my right leg, lift my left leg, lift my right leg, lift my left leg, and I would just hold it. And the endurance of strength that I got made it so that the exercise became more possible for me. So if you're new to this exercise, just hold, okay? Now, two things. Ideally, your hips are way up here, with your tailbone towards your heels. You don't want to do booty down. You're way up here with your tailbone long. Remember, the longest length in our spine. Do not look back. It does not make it easier. Just look long, and then you do the kicks. For those of us who have a little harder time getting out of our knees and staying in our fast, it is okay to be down here with your hips under. Think table on the winded chair. All right, so now let me show you the actual exercise. I'm quite warm and ready for it. Here we go. You stand firmly on one leg, you lift the other leg, and then you switch and switch. And if you feel this in the back of your knee, it's because you're in the back of your knee. So I want you to go back to that holding exercise, holding position, and thinking about it. What I mean by that is literally thinking, pushing down more with my right leg so my left leg could slide out, pushing more with my left leg so my right leg could slide out, and switch and switch and switch. That's going to help you strengthen this connection. I also do it a little more turned out, so I can really squeeze my heels together, get a little more outer thigh. If you're a more turned out person, because I love dancing or something like that, I want you to start to work yourself more parallel, because it's probably easy for you to do that turnout. From this exercise, if it bothers your wrists, remember from the other tutorials, it's because you're in them. You want to keep those elbows from locking. So I even take a little bend here, lift my hips up, and then I just make sure they stay soft, and I'm reaching from my back. So remember, double leg kick, so important. And then from this exercise, you would slide into your kneeling side kick. And I'll show that more in the kneeling side kick tutorial. But here's what I want from you. If this is really bothering your wrists, instead of coming down into your forearms or changing it, I actually want you to go back to double leg kick and really work on strengthening that exercise and strengthening your arm back connection. I want you to work on your swan. I want you to work on your swimming. All of those things are going to help make this better. There is also this modification where I have people, especially in a class, so that they can strengthen everything, lift their hips, and really stand in all four corners of their feet, feel their thighs strong, and then come back down. And doing that action, or you could just go back to your shoulder bridge and work your shoulder bridge and do those marches. If you can do the marches without your hips dropping, you're gonna be able to do your leg pull back very soon. So enjoy this exercise, don't skip it. It's a full body strength exercise. It's telling you that you're in the home stretch of your mat practice, and it really lets you be powerful and strong and work your front and back body equally, which is so important, especially with all the computer work we do. So if you want to do this more often, be held accountable, join us at onlinepilatesclasses.com where we do life better.